Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of the Mega Man 4 Speed Gaming Live 2025 online any percent tournament. I think I'm out of words again. Tonight's race between Khanster786 and iraqvet0304. I'm Mr. Cab here to bring you the action. This is a bonus bracket race. I believe it is the third race for Khanster and the second for iraqvet, just the way things shake out. As soon as I sort out my browser tabs, we will give you the rest of the info you need. iraqvet with that low 39 PB, sitting on a 39.15. Khanster, I believe, has a very out-of-date time on the leaderboard. It shows a 50-something there, but he's gotten 40s in this tournament. And we are looking forward to that. iraqvet, the heavy favorite here, to take it home and in advance to play somebody named Mr. Cab in the next round of the bonus bracket. Khanster looking for the upset, though. So I will be letting them know in the background here. They can ready up at their leisure, and we'll get going. Vet, I believe, was actually at Awesome Games Done Quick, part of the 2020 Mega Man 456 relay race. So Vet, no stranger to Mega Man 4. He's kind of like me in that we're stuck in the grind around 39 minutes dead even. And it's just a matter of, do we get lucky? Do we get that run? And it can be hard sometimes to go at it, but at the same time, iraqvet definitely knows what he's doing in Mega Man 4. Khanster, more familiar with the SNES Mega Man X games. That's really where he makes his speedrunning money, as it were. But like a lot of Mega Man runners, you've played one Mega Man game, you know how it works, you know how to jump and shoot. Khanster, no stranger to any of the Mega Man games, and don't sleep on him. So while we're getting ready for this, let me just give the rundown here for everybody else. This, again, a round of 8 in the bonus bracket, just the way things work out. There's 2 rounds of 8. This is the only race for Mega Man 4 we have scheduled tonight, although tomorrow morning, in about 13 hours, Hypa is racing Not Riley at 11 a.m. Eastern. The only other race on the schedule, not until September 4th. That said, our runners have readied up. The timer is running over here in race time, so as soon as things catch up, we all know how the internet works, we will get a wonderful Mega Man 4 race. And good to see everybody out there in chat. I see everybody. We love you. If you're watching this later on in the distant future, the runners' names on the screen are just the way their Twitch channels are spelled. Twitch.tv/Khanster786 and iraqvet0304. Those are zeros, not the actual letter O's. And with that, I'm going to hopefully let the game take over with the action very soon. Looks like Khanster's stream slightly ahead. Such is speed gaming sometimes, but he's going to go to Pharaoh first. About 18 seconds ahead. Looks like iraqvet's timer never started. That's fine. Not a requirement for a run. So Khanster making his way through the sand, which can be a little troublesome here when you're not quite used to it. Sinking the scorpions, definitely coming up to surprise you. And thanks to our wonderful tech crew here at Speed Gaming, working in the background to bring the sync and to make the crop happen. We love all the volunteers. Vet going with the Bright First route, the only real route variation in Mega Man 4, Pharaoh versus Bright First. Bright First definitely making some of the things in Pharaoh a little easier. Pharaoh First, if you go for some really risky balloon strats, can be faster. I don't think Khanster will be going for them, but there's a certain comfort to having Pharaoh. And otherwise, the routes are about the same amount of time. So we'll switch the audio over to iraqvet. Khanster working through the lag room in the pyramid. iraqvet working past the grasshoppers here. Got a couple of long jumps, but a few short jumping grasshoppers as well. So Vet here is going to have to make sure he shoots this. Whoa! That exact enemy is the reason I refuse to do Brightman first, but certainly if you know it's coming and you know it's a risk, you can be ready for it, as Vet was. So both runners, I'm going to wait for Khanster to get off the spikes before I say they're getting to their boss gate. But they've made it. So Vet here, if you're familiar with Brightman by now, you know 16, 8, 4 hit points are the values to avoid the flash. As long as you hit with a lemon in the first 4 shots and otherwise only use full charges, you'll be fine on that department. But he's got to make sure he doesn't get hit. He makes it. Good, good, good. And he's going to be on the magic pixel, it looks like. Khanster, working with Pharaoh Man, must have gotten an extra lemon in, or maybe a half charge at some point. Something else that did 1 point of damage because Pharaoh had 2 for the last hit. So the only reason you don't like to see that is it means you know you missed a shot somewhere along the way. And that's, you know, a couple of seconds, whatever it takes to get that full charge. I'm gonna get it wrong. Thanks to Maid Walk Herd for helping out with the sync. We love the volunteers. iraqvet now into Pharaoh, and you can see where Khanster had some trouble with the scorpions. And certainly the quicksand here. Vet is just going to use Bright, freeze all the enemies, and get through this mess. Makes the jump. Good. That jump is deceptively tricky sometimes. Vet also just having a little more experience, it feels like, with sliding Mega. Able to work through this quicksand a little bit better than Khanster was. And it looks like Khanster had a console crash. I will work with them for a little bit here. Might have Vet just wait up at the end of the stage. Please hold, everybody. This is just one of those things that comes up sometimes with older hardware. It might just crash in the middle of a race on you. So certainly we don't want to necessarily have Vet immediately stop. If he's in the middle of a fight, he's in the middle of a fight. It's just the way it is. Good enough Pharaoh fight. Good enough Pharaoh fight. All right, it is possible Vet has not completely gotten what happened. So we'll just keep following the Ringman run for the moment. Using Balloon here, the 16 frames for the wall jumps. So Vet going through here, doing what you want to do with Pharaoh, taking out a few enemies just for lag purposes, shooting the saw also for lag purposes, also so you don't have to jump over it, sliding through there just a little bit faster. The one shot going down, but he's able to just jump through the hippo anyway. The theme of Mega Man 4, skipping mid-bosses. Sometimes you just have an A button that doesn't want to work. So, at the top levels, really once you start getting even moderately good at the game, that was the planned jump, it just always looks scary. Pharaoh ammo management is really tight for the second half of the stage, so no surprise, Vet just sticking with the Buster here. A little bit of a menu mistake. Good ring fight. It's so tight to get that first shot off and then get a charge over your head and then make it swing into Ringman. No, Khanster's still working in the background. At this point, I feel like we're going to end up going with whatever Vet's time is out of this run. And we will figure out how to apply that to Khanster later. Presumably an asynchronous race at this point. Anyway, Vet is going to use Bright in Dustman stage. You get your choice of Bright or Pharaoh here. And Pharaoh, the slightly faster and extremely more risky strat. So Bright, he's taking this nice and easy. It is the lag room. Just so much lag in that room. It is one of the worst rooms. It might be the worst room in the game. Just the way walking and shooting is off time a lot. That's what makes Pharaoh nice about it. For all the extra risk of that room, you get a... Oh my goodness, he's doing the zip. Bright is a significantly more consistent strat. Pharaoh's just harder to aim. Vet did do the dust zip there. He probably could have gotten through. Showing off the zip, though, is something he loves to do. We love to see it. We joke sometimes that Skull is the only zip in this game that's fast. That one's not that much slower than doing the strat. So Dustman, of course, either sucks... Oh. Vet living a little dangerously there. You do want to get in Dustman's face to try and coax him into not jumping around and just continuing to use the Dust Crusher, which leaves him vulnerable. Of course, every robot in this game not named Pharaoh Man hits like a truck. So Skullman does have the one zip. You want to use his balloon right about the time that Telly, that little floating spike enemy, gets to the gray line in the wall. Vet going for the balloon jump, not quite able to get it. So, yeah. Balloon in this stage, the good thing about it is you can save a bunch of time. The bad thing is that, well, you take a lot of hits doing it. So Vet's in a iffy spot here. Nice double wall jump. I'm sorry, I missed what happened there for Vet's death as I'm looking away every now and again trying to figure out what's going on with Khanster's stream. Skullman's the interesting robot in this game that just does not react until you do something. Dive Man stage, the water stage of Mega Man 4. Of course, everybody likes to say you can't jump out of slides underwater in this game, which is largely true. Bright still doing the heavy lifting of taking out mid-bosses. Nice 2 shots there. This is such a weird stage because you are kind of routing out where's the water going to be, where the enemy is going to be, where do I need to use the Bright Man flashes. Okay. I think we are going to try and restart this race. Sorry, everybody. This is the joys of the technical side of trying to get a tournament together. Well, I think, is Vet going to actually do the dive fight while we're here? It's not a bad fight to practice, honestly, because it looks easy. It's not as hard as you might think it is, but it's still... It always feels bad getting basically into melee range with Dive Man. So it does look like the the slug of that last race was something balloon, awesome balloon, and that's done. Now we're into overpowered dive is drill. So we'll see. Is there a forfeit? Okay, if you're just joining us, Khanster had a console crash, early in the race, probably in his second robot. It took a little bit for troubleshooting to happen there. Vet was playing through it, and honestly, Vet was having a run he was probably feeling only okay about. At this point, we've basically checked with Speedgaming. There's nothing on the schedule immediately after us that we know of. So it looks like we're going to just start the whole thing over. So with that said, hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Mega Man 4 Any Percent Speedgaming Online 2025 Tournament Part 2 of Khanster786 against iraqvet0304. Khanster had some hardware troubles just a few moments ago. We're going to do it all over again. So again, just in case you skipped ahead to this part of the video, Khanster, our 16 seed, PB listed on the leaderboard in the 50s. We know he has times in the 40s. iraqvet, right around that 39-minute mark. I believe he's listed as a 39:15. He was in that, I think he was in that Awesome Games Done Quick 2020 relay race. He is, well, a veteran of this game. He's been playing it for a long time. Khanster, more used to the X games. Khanster also scaring me with that capture window for a moment. So yes, the joys of online tournament and the wonders of the community are that, you know, sometimes these things happen, and more often than not, we find players willing to run with it and otherwise get in a quick reset. That's not to say we're forcing anything. It's not to say we don't appreciate Vet got as far as he did in the run, and we'll have those conversations if we get there. But hopefully he just has an even better run this time. So for the fans, Vet, a bright first runner. Khanster going Pharaoh first. Hopefully this time has a better Pharaoh screen 1. And shortly, we will get to see everything happen. I'm going to laugh at the joys of sinking runners a little later, but that's fine. So again, Vet into Brightman stage first. And just not able to find that ledge. That's why you'll see Khanster there if he does the same thing he did really his last 3 runs on stream now. Get to that ledge and just kind of inch up to the very edge of it. Khanster's still having a little trouble with the scorpions. So Khanster pulling out Rush there and going for the balloon. He's able to get it. We just gotta hope Vet here. We're hoping to not see him go on tilt, especially because we had the good run already. Sometimes you just get into a rut. And this is also where you have some tournament races and you go for something like this. And the one thing you don't want to see is just this. Hopefully got the game over out of his system. He's able to shake it off and just go from here. I'm more talking as you have the tournament organizer watching something like this, and you eventually just start having it run through your head. Somebody has a good race, resets out of the goodness of their heart, and disaster second race. But we'll deal with that later. I believe in Vet to basically come back here and have a very strong race from here. Khanster up to Pharaoh Man. And again, Pharaoh Man's the jumpy one. He had one shot here It looked like he wanted it to be a charged shot. It ended up being a half charge. Maybe that was a second one. Vet into the second half of Brightman stage now. And Khanster does have that second lemon into Pharaoh at some point. So the commentator curses that Vet last race not able to shoot that enemy. This time he got it. We'd love to see it. And the second half of this stage just always terrifies me. And like I keep saying, that's why I go to Pharaoh first. I just want my diagonal shots there for that last screen. So Brightman again will flash you on 16, 8, and 4 hit points. You just want to make sure that you hit with only full charges, except for one lemon within the first 4 attacks. I believe that was it. The third hit was not fully charged from what these eyes could see. Now, as promised, Khanster taking his time with that jump. And Vet is lining himself up at the magic pixel. That will skip the animation of Eggman jumping up. He'll just pop into the middle of the screen. Saves a little more than a second every time you see it. Closer to 2 seconds even, I think. So multiply that by 8 robots. It's a nice little time save that you want to pick up. So Khanster's still pretty deliberate in his path through Brightman stage, as that Vet is already into Pharaoh Man stage. Vet does have Brightman's flash stopper, able to stop time here. Make the screen flash a lot. But the big thing here, no scorpions. Still affected by the quick stand, but no scorpions. Oh my goodness, he's giving me a heart attack. Vet gets the balloon. Khanster misses that jump near the end of Brightman stage. Brightman not being nice to either runner in attempt 2. Only a little surprised Khanster's not switching over to Pharaoh's shot for this section. It's a little bit more effective against the totems. And again, you get that diagonal shot for use against the enemies over the chasm near the end. I think with that, Vet is honestly most of the way caught up. Vet had the 3 really fast deaths to start this run. And after that, kind of, shook it off and has been playing his game. It's going pretty well. So no surprise, at least to this commentator, that he is catching up. Khanster coming dangerously close to that enemy near the end before finally switching to Pharaoh shot here. So Khanster will hopefully have a slightly faster Brightman fight than Vet did. Vet's definitely going to be done with Pharaoh Man by the time we're done. I'm sure everybody out there already knows. We've got our Mega Man fans. You've seen some races of this tournament already. Brightman's weapon is, of course, Pharaoh's actual weakness, but you can only shoot lemons. So, yes, easy fight, but a very slow fight. We'd rather use the Buster. Khanster hitting Brightman with a not fully charged Pharaoh shot. Only does 1 point of damage, and that puts him on those magic values we are afraid of. So Khanster got flashed, but Brightman, being the buddy that he is, decided to just jump on top of the Pharaoh shot. Thanks, Brights in chat. So here we go. Back to where we left off. Vet using balloon strats in ring. Again, runners often want to plant a balloon in the wall. Takes the balloon about 16 seconds to despawn, so you have that much time to jump on it, jump off of it while it has a hitbox. And it creates a lot less lag when it despawns that fast, so something you definitely want to see. Khanster not able to make the balloon appear high enough, taking the extra hits, and that hippo was a mid-boss for Vet. theme of Mega Man 4, skipping mid-bosses. So Khanster doesn't want to deal with ballooning past the cannon. You can't really blame him. It is a little bit of an annoying jump. You're destined to take some damage. We'll see if Khanster decides to fight or if he's going to go through the hippo. That's definitely going through this hippo. Doesn't quite get the back boost through it that he wanted. Khanster not able to get through the hippo fast enough to not take an extra hit that he didn't want to take. If this is like previous races, he's going to stay low. He's going to try and get the health drop here. Vet on the checkpoint screen, taking the death. Ring is still a dangerous stage. I believe he took that death in the first run, too. So again, Vet just needs to keep shaking things off. Gets the Mega Man 5 reference. So any fears of running out of lives, at least lessened. We'll go with lessened. I like that word. Of course, with the full health, Vet's able to get through. Khanster taking a lot of extra damage here. He doesn't have enough health to damage boost through that last spring mid-boss. So he's going to have to come up with something here. Jumping into the health drop. Very nice. And a good ring fight from Vet, pulling off the same, top-tier ring fight we love to see that he did last time. Khanster's going to back boost through. He has the 2 hit points he got from that small drop. Jumping through a drop to collect it like that is terrifying. Mega Man, of course, freezes when you collect the drop, so you've got to be ready for that, planning to have your jump interrupted. And with that slide, I'm assuming that's an intentional death from Khanster just to get his health back. Ring, not really a friendly boss if you're not used to it, so no shame there. We've seen that from a few runners in this tournament. Vet, like last time, going to use Bright to get through this first screen of dust. So, the strategy that you see a lot for bosses with Pharaoh Shot is that you use the giant Pharaoh Shot over your head. Khanster was trying to keep it over his head and then back boost through the ring, which is less damage than getting bodied by Ringman. Ringman still had iframes and got hit by that shot, which stops the charge from continuing. That's what happened to Khanster there. He was waiting for it to keep going. While Vet navigated the lag room, much like the first race, using Bright. Slow and steady, gets through it though. Not a place you want to take a death. So Vet, this time, I have a little trouble with the Crusher room. Not quite able to get the... He wants to do the zip, and it's not quite working out for him. Just not able to get a good slide off there. We'll see what he goes for on the second attempt. He still has 1 extra life, just looking at the menu. Khanster falling off the block. The lag room claiming another victim. Dropped inputs in that room are always a problem. That game over, I'm more just like happy that he got through Ringman. Seeing that. Okay, this time Vet gets his zip. He's probably saying, why didn't you do that the first time? Of course now, having navigated the Crusher room twice with Ring, he only has, looks like about 6, maybe 7 Ring boomerangs left to throw. So the moment one of them misses Dustman, assuming that is 7, he's going to need extra shots. So Khanster with a slight opening to get some of this time back. Of course, Dustman, the laggiest stage in the game, it feels like. So there's a missed shot. Vet saw it and went for it. So we'll see what Vet does here. He can't take any more hits. He's going to work. Buster here. Nice. I was holding my breath a little bit, but he did it. Khanster able to slide under that one block. I'm just happy the slide worked. I was waiting for him to get stuck in there. But no problem for the Crusher there. Mega Man's hitbox while sliding in this game is surprisingly narrow. So a lot of these jumps can be pretty scary. Just to rub salt in iraqvet's wound, that Met gives Khanster some ammo. So see if Khanster, he's going to pick up a little bit of time because he has Ring. And should have no trouble taking out Dust without having to switch to Buster. Vet, though, already in Skullman stage, so less worried about what Khanster's doing way back in Dust. And this time he does get the balloon jump up the ladder. If you're wondering from earlier with the technical issue, Vet was going strong while Khanster was working on fixing it all the way up through Dive Man stage. So that will be the end of his practice session and things he's played twice tonight. He definitely has more health than he did his first trip into the second half of Skullman stage, though. Not able to get the double balloon jump this time, though. I'm going to call out my own race in an Ancient tournament, Mega Man 3 tournament with the Darkman76, where it felt like both of us were just having a heck of a time. And sometimes you have those races, and they're fun to watch, don't get me wrong. I'm feeling for the runners right now, though. It takes a lot to see a lot of these deaths just happen, and you're just stuck there wondering the whole time, what happened? Very nice skull zip from Khanster. So definitely, like, keep that support up in chat. I feel like GG is what you say at the end of a race, but anything else, the encouragement, the cheers throughout this race, keep them up. This Vet fights Skullman. Skullman, the robot that responds to what you do, so the fight, by definition, really scripted. This Vet gets a nice kill in the middle of the room. Khanster going the top route here. Maybe not quite having the route memorized, but knows where that health is. Balloon in Skull is a weird thing that, like, it really only saves time if you get all the balloon strats. And otherwise, it looks cool, but you could just use Bright. So Dive Man stage is the water stage of the video game. You can't jump out of slides if there's a foreground tile, like water. Enemies breaking out of that lock the freeze a little bit early there. So Brightman's weapon freezes everything on the screen about 4 seconds. And by sliding, whenever your Mega Man's sliding, that timer does not run down. So you want to see a lot of slides with Flash active. If you see runners not sliding a lot, you'll see the enemies wake up a lot sooner. So if you're looking at two different runs wondering what's happening, that's something to look for. And now, much like the first run here, Vet, like myself, doesn't like switching to Skull in the end stage. So that means you need to have one extra Bright. You get that Bright by not flashing the Stomper. That gives you one extra flash for this very screen. And the turn back there, just to make sure we don't see the wire today. We've seen enough chaos today, we don't want to see the wire. That gets through that screen. Going up to the gate as Khanster enters Drill Man, no Dive Man, no Drill Man, no Dive Man stage. One missed Skull Barrier, which, considering there was not use of Skull at the end of the stage, that's fine. I believe you end up with exact ammo if you use Skull strats on the last screen. Vet not quite able to get the magic pixel jump, which would have skipped that entire animation, something you can only really do at a human level at a worthwhile speed in Pharaoh Man and Dive Man stage. Khanster going to get the extra bright ammo. I think Khanster is fishing for an E-tank. That's the only reason you would want to wait for Eddie. Although with the way these runs are going, maybe a 1-up as well. When I'm laughing here, it is definitely like I am feeling for them a lot as a runner right now. We've all had these disaster runs. Everybody has them. You got to support the runners through it. Khanster flashing a little late. We get to actually see the bat. Vet on this screen also, maybe by design, flashing after the bats wake up. If the bats don't wake up, you will take... If the bats don't wake up, you will move into them. You'll take some damage here. Khanster using Bright on the last screen, possibly ill-advised because that mine doesn't wake up. And that's not a good death for Vet. That is the screen before the checkpoint, so he gets to play the entire first half of the stage all over again with less Bright to do it. There are backup strats for later in the stage. He does have 1 extra life, so just trying to eat the game over to get all of his Bright back, probably not going to work. Khanster standing near the magic pixel, but not really on it at all. With the skull barrier active. I know enough to know that that is not the spot where the pixel is, but don't ask me where the dive pixel is. That's one I have a lot of trouble with too. So Vet now in a weird spot. I wouldn't be surprised if he just eats the death here, possibly from the Stomper, to get all that Bright ammo back. Now he's gonna go. Khanster with a lot of time here to try and catch up. And we're going to find out really Vet's knowledge of the backup strats here. I'm thinking about the skull barrier on the last screen as one of those things that a lot of the Mega Man 4 runners know about, but rarely have to do. Typically, if you end up in a situation, right, where you start taking deaths on this stage, you're just gonna reset. You very rarely... Oh, when he gets the Bright drop he desperately needs. That is huge. We won't have to find out if he knows about the skull backup. This last screen for Vet is the screen we were talking earlier about. The more you slide, the more the flash keeps going. And this is probably the screen that most dramatically shows that off. I was a little scared about that last jump, but he made it. I'm mostly worried Vet has no lives. Vet has no E-tanks. And Drill Man, when he dives, as he does, destroys you. I think that's all the D words I can work into that sentence. So Vet taking drill bomb hits. Oh my goodness. He did not have another hit at him. He was taking hits from the projectiles to not get bodied for 8 points of damage. But, 3 hit points, that's enough for Drill Man to do the job. Vet just kind of panic dodging there, but he did it. That's all that matters. I think Vet is one of the runners that will say, he's dead, I'm not, let's go. So shout outs to Vet right there, surviving the Drill Man fight. Khanster is going to have to dodge one more attack, and he will get it. And he looks good for the pixel this time. Some robot, oh, he might be a little bit too far to the right. I think he's going to turn back left and jump. Yeah, there it is. Sometimes there's some stages you can tell, like there's a little rock if you look at the replay that was just about under Mega Man's foot, but the Mega Man's heel was just to the right of it. Anyway, this is Toadman stage, and if you read Nintendo Power and GamePro, we are obligated to tell you as Mega Man 4 commentators that those magazines would tell you to do this stage first without Bright, and you would have a whole lot of fun in here that way. Nothing... It's really the water, the wind pushing you around this stage that makes it tricky more than anything else. Bright making it significantly easier to include this mid-boss. Usually you have to wait for the snail to materialize, open its eyes, and you shoot it, and then go through a few cycles of that, and maybe you win. You probably win against the first one. The second one, you do the same thing. Or, you know, you just use Bright. Vet, come on now. Okay. Now, Vet is on this screen here that does have some spikes, so you gotta be a little cautious. He's going for slide jumps on the 2-tile platforms. This isn't Mega Man 3 with an 8-pixel rule, but, you know, you still worry about that kind of thing. Oh, my goodness. Khanster getting an extra life there. Toadman, of course, the most dangerous robot, has an attack that hits the entire screen, and the only way to stop him from using it is to not stop shooting him. So we're not... I guess we have to say what the time was. That, according to Khanster's timer, about 23... We'll call it 23:40 for 8 robots. Not his best. But he's here and he's got the lead, and that's sometimes all that really matters. Khanster in the Toad fight, taking care of business. Just deciding to lag the game a little bit with the drill bombs, but having fun doing it. So he's about 30 seconds back. We'll call it 30 seconds. Vet into Cossack 1. There is an E-Tank in the snow here, and we'll see. Vet's not going to go for it. I would have gone for it, but certainly there are 2 seconds to save by not getting it. So Vet going through here, going up to the top levels. I'm a personal fan of the fact that this is a buster stage for the most part. It feels like you go through so much of this game with Bright everywhere. And to finally have a stage where, no, we're just going to use the buster. Don't need it. We don't need no stinking weapons. Just feels nice. They are shooting these Skull Joes with normal lemons to knock them down instead of charge shots to kill them to avoid getting drops. Khanster does get the E-Tank. Does make things a little bit tighter there. That thinking about going for a slide jump, if you get the balloon at a height basically even with that platform, you can slide across the whole thing. Which, you know, saves time. Good triple balloon room. So Khanster. Vet is up to the Moth. Again, Vet, no lives, no E-Tanks. That is the risk factor here. Shouldn't be a problem. The Moth has very small hitbox, just like Ring. You're basically trying to fling 1 pixel into 1 pixel, and it can be impossible sometimes. But he is through. Very nice. Khanster taking his time on the screen. Not a bad idea. Like, it's very easy to find the pit from one of the up-down enemies here. But he gets across. That's definitely a screen. If you were going to use Bright in the castle stages, because this is an NES Mega Man game, which means in these castle stages, we do not get ammo back between them. We have to work with these ammo meters the whole rest of the way. So, as I was basically saying, this is the stage to use Bright. Khanster gonna get on the ladder, use Jet. Has a little bit of fun at the end there, but gets up. So Vet going onto the spikes with the balloons. This is the preferred strat. When it's executed well, it's a little faster than using Jet through this screen and a lot faster than using Jet on future screens. All of that, of course, you need to not slide off the ledge while collecting the drop. So the good news for Vet is he's going to get all of his weapon ammo back. The bad news is Khanster just picked up a whole bunch of time on him. So Vet still with a little bit of jumpiness, a little nerves here on that screen. The double balloon strat is something that took me a very long time to get down, so it's a fun one. And Vet's going to decide that discretion is the better part of valor and just get on Jet. Definitely kind of agree. Sometimes you just have those nights. Don't try and overcomplicate things. Just beat the video game. Although I would have probably opted to stick with Jet for that one more screen, and this is the real one where Balloon shines over any rush option. So speaking of Jet versus Balloon, Khanster now getting to make the choice here. He's going to go straight to Jet. The Balloon strat, as we saw, is pretty dangerous, although Vet had the added complication of, you know, it's just nerves at this point, because everything would reset with the game over. All the ammo drops are back. You just don't want to deal with it, though. Who wants to take that many damage boosts and get through the whole stage and then survive the rest of the stage when you could just, you know, not? So I believe that was a 2 for Vet to start this cycle. The square machine can go fast, medium, slow. It always stops on slow, goes down towards it. So as long as it's always slowing down, you want it to just start slow. 2x2 for Vet. You're hoping for a 2-cycle fight. Come on. There we go. Just getting over that last shot. But that's what we want to see. So Vet probably in some pretty better shape than we think here. Doesn't need to get any ring ammo. Still has some time on Khanster. And is Khanster going to get a 3-cycle? Also a 2-cycle to start. So far, they're holding serve. Khanster getting that early hit. You need to get 2. You need to get 2. You got 1. So 5 hits is the most we really see in a cycle against the square machine. You want to see 2 total, you know, complete cycle fights. Khanster just having a little trouble here. Might want to reach for the E-Tank as well. Gets enough hits in, he should be able to finish on the next cycle. Well, I think he got 3. So only needs another 3. Does reach for the E-Tank. It's worth noting, and of course he gets the long 3-cycle pattern. There are no boss checkpoints in Mega Man 4 in the castle stages. So you're back to that midpoint if you take a death here. Oh no. So Dust's hitbox is... The weapon's hitbox is also very small. It's not the easiest thing in the world to aim. And one strat you will often see in this fight, you'll see some runners kind of intentionally take some damage boosts off the shots to kind of not worry about dodging, just eat the hit, especially if you have that E-Tank and you can get up to full health. Square Machine can be cruel like that. And it's definitely one of those bosses. It takes practice to be able to get that 2-cycle fight in. Through all that, Vet has gotten through the first half of Cossack 3, our auto-scroller stage. He's collected his ring ammo. Well, he collected his dust ammo, I guess. Sometimes you pay attention and bad things just happen. I don't know a runner alive who doesn't go into an auto-scroller stage and you're just waiting for the jump to get dropped. So Khanster sees a drop early here. And he's just going to get it. He's going to start filling up his weapons now. Weapon routing and refill routing is definitely a thing in Mega Man 4, and this is one of the stages that's very popular for refills. There are faster strats for the refight stage to get them there, but you're stuck in an auto-scroller, you might as well get some weapons. You're only losing the pause time as a result. Of course, this is the NES, so the game does take its sweet time pausing very often. Okay, that is... I'm breathing that sigh of relief with him. That is off the chasm. He's into here. Now, it's not over yet. Is the Tektite? I'm the Zelda 1 runner calling these cockroaches Tektites. The cockroach twins can be dangerous. We're all wondering what happened to that shot there. It might have gotten eaten again by the boss well in iframes. That taking that inching step forward. I'm panicked with him. But he's out. It's a Khanster now here at the end. Those platforms can be a little tricky too, because if you just get to the wrong height, or it's going off the screen at the wrong time, it's very easy for that platform to push you back to the left. So Vet probably going to get a Pharaoh refill here to start Cossack 4. And we can see he does have an extra life. Khanster taking a very deliberate approach to Cockroach Twin number 1, not able to get that shot off into the second Cockroach Twin. Stay on the platform. Okay, he got him. Nothing wrong with that fight. Definitely the slow and steady version of the fight, whereas iraqvet, I believe, got the double hit in, or he tried to. Lots of action to keep up with in this race. Vet getting the E-Tank here. That's a very easy E-Tank to get. Faster even than the Cossack 1 E-Tank. As Vet likes to say, picking up the juice box. Khanster will also pick up the Pharaoh drop here, assuming he can get the menu this time on the second pause. Happens. Highly recommended you do get that for a later fight. Speaking of later fights, iraqvet up to totally the final boss of this game, if anybody actually still believes that, Dr. Cossack. The Cossack catcher here, once it does start moving, will stop moving horizontally once Mega Man is in a slide. So, as much as we could break out the Dust Crusher here, or any number of other items to try and do something, this is definitely a chance we have to save ammo and use the Buster. So a good fight. You want us to end this one on the left side of the room. Oh my god, it's Dr. Wily again. He can't keep getting away with this. With those fabulous eyebrows. So Vet on to Wily 1. Let's go Mets. Let's see what Khanster can do here. Khanster needs to keep up here. So we're getting late in the game. So we're definitely at the point where Vet wants to not have any more mistakes. Khanster probably wants to find an E-Tank because the Cossack catcher hurts. Watching this fight here, Khanster I think is in a good position now because he also knows about the slide strat. He's just trying. Oh my goodness. That would have been a rough death to take. So Vet is past the halfway checkpoint of Wily 1 into the underwater section. The only underwater section, I think, in the final stages. Except for Dive Man's room. Able to get through it. It's just that one room where you have to remember you can't jump out of a slide in it. And now we get to see a lot of Rush Jet from that. I don't know why, as of Mega Man 4, the devs just kind of said, well, we have to put a disappearing block room somewhere in the game. I guess it's going in the Wily stages. Bet not even going to bother with the last match, just going to go over it. And he's going to jump into the room here to fight Big Daddy Met. Gets him a little extra distance, makes it easier to hit with the first shot. Does lose, you know, half a second or so. Not something he's probably worried about right now. A little worried about the health, but he should be fine, and he is. So Khanster working his way through the stage. Vet, though, on to Wily 2. Khanster fighting with the blocks. Gets through the first room. Nice. Guess he... not quite sure. So there's a strat here. He's going to try and jump onto that block from this side of the room. One of the lesser known things about Rush Jet in this game is if you hold backwards, the jet does slow down, and that gives you some extra time to gain vertical height. Khanster's also going to use Rush here to get that E-Tank. Very nice. So Vet's in this room. You want to summon Rush to the left and then be looking right when Rush materializes, and that makes Rush go to the right while spawning on your left. If Rush is on your left, looking left, that's a one-frame jump to get off of Rush. Khanster going to use Dust, which I believe is a valid choice here. Just ammo-wise, not something we see very often. He's taking a lot of hits. He's scaring me. Down to 1 hit point. So Vet's going to go for a trick here. You want to jump through the door and use Rain Flush. The boss's life meter is going to fill up instantly. And the way this race is going, you definitely want to just destroy Taco, trash this hitbox, and get in there. So solid Wily 2 from Vet. Except for that one room, I guess. And the bat room with Rush Jet. Feels like the bats are giving everybody some trouble in this game. Khanster getting through the early part of the stage here. He's just running out of time, though. That does have 1 extra life. He's going to get that E-Tank, leave the one up behind. I'm trying to remember who recently had a race where they ended up basically losing by a shot of ring. So Vet gonna definitely make sure he gets as much ammo as he can there. Khanster now also getting to that ball bat screen. going for the frame-perfect jump and getting it on the first try, making it look easy. So Vet is into the teleporter room, into refights. I love saying this during every Mega Man 4 opportunity I get. This is one of my favorite refight routes, just because you very much kind of take one weapon from one room into the next. This being an NES Mega Man game, we don't have fast weapon swapping. That's what you want to do. Pause as little as possible. We already said earlier, you want to use Charge Shot over Bright for Pharaoh's true weakness because it's just faster. Dust is even faster. Don't have to wait for the Charge Shot to go off. Take that into Skullman. He's weak against Dust anyway. Khanster also getting Taco Trash with the weapon fill up. Weapon life. There are words in the English language. I'm usually okay with them. Khanster just hitting Taco Trash too high. We didn't see it flashing, so he wasn't actually destroying the hitbox. He got it now, though. Obviously. So Vet switching to Skull Barrier for Dive. Gonna take that into Bright. Want to hit Bright with an odd number of Skull Barriers. We have enough. We should be able to hit him 5 times. There we go. You come in with 6 left, so you get 1 miss. And if you miss with it, if you hit 4 times, your only recourse is to either risk getting flashed or switch to something else to shoot Bright twice. So Drillman takes 1 point of damage from Rain Flush. Use that last one there. That saves a dive missile for later. We already saw just how accurate these missiles are. They like to fly all over the room. I'm going to keep talking about them like that just to kind of trick them into working for iraqvet, because those are the most accurate dive missiles I've ever seen. I agree. Sage saying it in chat. Better to not hit 4 times at all. Just use only 3. Of course, you have to be able to react to that for that to work. That's what was in my head. You have to know you don't have the 5th shot. Of course, after those first 5 robots, you just do normal refights. Although you do end with Ring Out, which is what you need for Wily Machine Part 1. Good ring fight for Vet. Don't get to hold B into the room. You don't get 1 frame to start holding the button. Khanster. Okay. He's a little nervous there. Khanster knows the route he's going to go for it. Vet getting a little trolled here on health, but he's looking good. He's got at least the E-Tank here. I think he also has the E-Tank from Cossack 4. He should be good. This is definitely one of those days where is any lead safe? I mean, just destroyed it. You want to go for a little trick here with drill bombs, much like with Taco Trash, to stop the life meter from filling up. Sometimes, though, you just want to kill the boss. And those shots would have killed him. So he went for it. He got his kill. Gotta respect that. Khanster didn't see what happened here. He's obviously getting flashed with Bright having 4 hit points left. Khanster with 2 rain flushes. I wasn't sure if he was going to go for the soft lock. Just assuming that he had lost the race and going for that. It's a good meme to go for the soft lock. Obviously, you cannot finish the race if you do it, so. Drillman scaring us for a moment there. So Vet into the Wily Capsule fight. only truly vulnerable to Farrell, although it does take 1 point of damage from Ring. And a very, very nice kill from Vet, 4705 on race time. Can I just say, like, for a race like this, where you're going through the whole run, you're feeling it with the runners, you just see everybody's just trying not to make the next mistake. Everybody's trying to move on. That was one of the cleanest damn Wily capsule fights I've ever seen. So get the GGs out. iraqvet will move on in the tournament to play Mr. Cab in the next round. I look forward to that race personally. Khanster using Buster at this point. Khanster gonna finish things out here. Dustman trolling a little bit. Just having to go up now, do Ringman last. See, Ringman, the pattern is devastating, but it's actually not that bad once you get used to it. Just dodge the ring, hope he doesn't fire a shot. We'll see what I can get our buddy iraqvet in here soon. The hardest part with the Wily machine fight too is you have to detonate the drill yourself. Pushing B in midair to detonate it near that weak spot. No flush today. So we'll see if Khanster is just looking for a little more ammo before we go in.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, sorry, it's being ornery.
Hey, iraqvet is joining us here in the booth. How's it going, GG?
Going good, thank you.
So, I said this already on stream once. There's definitely some parts there where I was maybe a little critical, and it's worth noting. I had a race that I feel like is similar to this, like years ago, against the Darkman78 in a Mega Man 3 tournament.
Right.
And it was a back and forth of who had the most unexpected, ridiculous death the whole time, and just who made the last mistake. Like I just slid off a ledge in Top Man stage, and the left button failed me, and I just fell straight down the spikes for no reason.
Yeah, so, it was a cluster flurry of failures. Yeah. Like especially right at first, because the previous run, the one we had to reset, I felt really good. I was like, okay, you know, this ain't going bad, and then we reset, start the next race, and instantly game over. It's like, what the hell?
That's why I'm like, especially like as an organizer, as a fan of these tournaments and everything else, like I always don't know exactly what to do when that happens. It's always like a big question. Like, do you make them reset? And if somebody has a good run or at least an okay run going, and GG to Khanster there, bringing us home.
GG.
And then they just start the race too, and it's just an absolute disaster run. Like, what do you do?
I just after that I just started having fun, you know, like it was like the pressure was off, like I didn't care anymore, and it was just like I'm just gonna go balls deep and see what happens. And like it was fun, man. I was just sitting back having a blast. And I kept dying and I was just laughing about it. But I will say, like, you guys think that they were mistakes. I call them strategic game overs because did you see Drill Man never once dived on me in both stages. Never
RNG manipulation.
That was total RNG manipulation. I meant to game over all those times just so.
Hello, good sirs.
What's up, Concert?
I got the overpowered drill dive.
Oh my god, what a mess. That was crazy.
Yes, this was just an absolute mess from the start.
No, these were a pair of disaster runs. Let's not kid ourselves here.
Absolutely.
That just makes you like it's more power to both of you for powering through it. Like
the start of race 1 is something.
But
these were a lot of fun to watch, and oh man.
Well, I always say, you know, don't use what I do as reference to do in your own speedruns. Like, don't do what I do.
Okay, I'll do exactly that.
Be better than me.
remember though, Khanster, he has the RNG manipulation.
That's right. The secret weapon.
Let's be honest, a plethora of things we could talk about and ask questions about, and I honestly, as a sports fan, you know, they say sometimes you just burn the tape. You don't even watch it.
Don't even watch it.
But Mr. Cab,
if I was the coach, I would tell you to burn the tape. But that said, is there anything you want to talk about?
I have a question for you, Mr. Cab.
I had so much fun, you know, and that's what I love about these tournaments, you know, is right now I'm in a place where they're more fun for me than anything. So like before, whenever I was actively speedrunning, you know, it used to stress me out and used to get me in a bad mood because I didn't perform well, you know, but now it's just fun, and it's even more fun when disasters happen. It's just, you know, it's fun for me. I laugh, I have a good time hanging out with good people, you know, so
I absolutely
it makes it more fun for me. Yeah, you know, I wish I could have performed on the level like Aurel and Chelney and all them. Yeah, I wish I could have performed at that and Looking Toad. But man, I'm at the point in my life where it doesn't bother me. I have a good time I'm satisfied with on the board. I've accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish within the speedrunning community, and now I'm just having fun, and I love watching the progression of new runners. And that's where I'm at now, and I love it. It's been a blast.
That's I'm kind of in the same...
Go ahead. I know you've been trying to get a word in here.
Sorry.
I'm kind of in the same boat. I will probably say this run was probably just as bad with my race with Papa for 46 Robos. The Iceman. The Iceman stuff. But Mr. Cab, did fortune favor the bull today?
I should have said fortune favors the bold after Cossack 3, honestly. That was man, that's everybody who's listening and wondering what the heck we're talking about. That's an old Author Blues Super Mario World Disaster Race line going all the way back. I want to say the 2015 No Star World tournament. But fortune. I don't know if fortune favored the bold here. Fortune favored the used Rush Jet.
Right.
I will just say I finished. I don't know what was going on because I just could not get my video to keep feed. So I have to just like really investigate now. because it just kept dropping the feed. So I'm like, okay, I had to switch a cable. And it was still dropping feed, so I think I might need to either invest in some new hardware or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a disaster when it's tournament race time and something happens. Excuse me one moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, Vet, thank you so much for helping us out and like basically working with us there through the technical issue.
Oh, no problem, no problem. Yeah, I get it. It happens, you know. It happens. But I promise, Mr. Cab, for our run, I'll try to do a little bit better.
Please don't. No, this is fine. I can beat a 47.
Yeah,
This is fine. Mr. Cat would proceed to get a 48.
yeah, right. Oh my god, dude! No, it's gonna be fun. I said, I'm just having a blast. It's a good time.
I was gonna say I checked
had
the
a
phase of the
blast.
moon, and it's a half moon, not a full moon tonight.
I got one single gold split.
Yo, nice.
Hey, yeah, I got a couple gold splits too.
Yeah, Vet. Can I? Was Wiley a gold split?
Wiley was a gold split. Yeah.
Yeah, I was even saying, like, I was laughing, like, for such a run to have like the
So
world's
clean.
cleanest,
It was
fastest
so
Wiley.
clean. So clean. I loved it. I was getting that pattern, and I was like, come on, bro, on a disaster run like this.
Wiley's like, now let's just get out of here.
Why couldn't you do this when I'm on PB pace, man?
And so, Khanster, thanks for joining the tournament. Love seeing the bracket filled up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I just kind of you messaged me and I joined on. I'm like, sure, why not?
I love it.
Yeah, it's a good time for sure.
Any other Speed Gaming Live tournaments that you're in for?
No, I just kind of been busy with real life.
That happens. This is funny now because we definitely have like the 3 old boy speedrunners here that are talking about. Yeah, I'm just here to have some fun. Real life.
Oh yeah.
A big problem right now.
Yeah, I want to get back into streaming. I guess back to our little co-op run that we've been working on.
Yeah, we gotta get back on that train.
Yes, we do.
That train in stage 5, in fact. Oh,
yes.
No.
That train.
So if you've got any other final thoughts, I'm just gonna say make sure you follow the runners again. Their Twitch channels are spelled just like they are on the screen right now. Khanster786, iraqvet. Those are zeros in there. iraqvet0304. Any final thoughts before I get us into the rundown?
Join the community. We're very helpful.
Yeah, run more Mega Man 4. We need more Mega Man 4 runners.
Not just Mega Man 4, just run Mega Man.
No, Mega Man 4 is the only one that matters.
I mean, we could play Mega Man X.
Because I'm gonna say run Mega Man X.
Don't worry. I'm here, and true story. Little Cab today did point at the clock on the store and say that's V like 5 for that Game Boy Mega Man you play, right? And I am become the proud papa.
Nice. That's awesome.
Our next race in the Mega Man 4 tournament is scheduled for about just under 12 hours from right now at 11 a.m. Eastern. Hypa and Not Riley. And
that's gonna be a good one.
Check. I think that's a winner's bracket race. That is a winner's bracket race. Winner goes on to winner's final.
That's gonna be a epic battle right there. I can't wait to watch that one.
The only other race currently on the schedule is between Victress and Palpiblade. That will be all the way out on September 4th at 8 p.m. Vet, I don't think we're going to do this right here, right now, but we'll get our race on the schedule for sometime soon, too.
I'll do it right now.
Oh, no. Well, is Rick still in chat? Maybe we can make this happen. Anyway, we got to wind this down for the YouTube highlight. Hi, YouTube. Remember, definitely follow us all at the Twitch channels there on the screen. Khanster786, iraqvet0304. If you want to hear my voice more often, Mr. Cab55 on Twitch. Come join the Discord. Check out the Mega Man leaderboards at megamanleaderboards.net. Once again, megamanleaderboards.net. We've got everything over there. The Discord invite is there. If you want to play Mega Man Classic, X Series, those Game Boy games, heck, I'm sure you could find someone who plays Mega Man Soccer over there too. And I know we have Command Mission runners.
What about Zero?
The Zero games, the ZX games. I think somebody even runs something called X7. I don't. He might still be in this tournament. I can't badmouth that game too much, although the Legacy Collection fixed a lot of things. Thanks again to Speed Gaming for letting us come on, say silly words, and thank all of you for watching this nonsense. We can't put on such shows like this without viewer support, so we love you all. And definitely check out the rest of the Speed Gaming live tournaments. There's a lot more of the online tournaments going on right now between Mega Man and Zelda and Metroid. I think who knows what else is going on. There's a whole lot of things. So check out the Speed Gaming live website. And if you're interested, there's information around here for the live event that happens every year. I believe it's still in Herndon, Virginia. Don't quote me on that. But it's always a lot of fun to go hang out with a lot of speedrunners.
Yeah, absolutely.
That, I will get out of the way.
Hey, Looking Toad said he'll commentate.
I'm mostly. I need someone from Speed Gaming to say that they can get it on the air right now. That's the only thing between me and saying hell yeah, let's go. I'm not even joking.
Hey, also, there's a really good Mega Man 2 randomizer going on right now for Speed Gaming. That's pretty awesome.
So
Shout out
I'm
to
going to hit
all
end
those
episode. We're going to get out of here. Have a good time of day, everybody. We'll see you next time.
See y'all later.
Later.